Hello, it's Ashley here from One Stitch After Another, and welcome to day 10 of Vlogmas. This might be a little bit of a scrappy one. I've got quite a few things I want to tell you and show you. What shall we start with? I've just got a coffee. You might want to go and make yourself a drink. And as it is a miserable day, do you know, it's just started raining here and it is very grey, very dark. It is about, I don't know, 11:15, something like that. 5 to 11 in the morning, and I've got the overhead light on and I look like I've got a little halo. I am sorry about that. I'm sorry that the light is so poor. What shall I start with first? Yesterday I went to a place called Art at the Alex. I'll put a little bit of footage of me there.
We just sit down, stand up.
It's up to you. Just come over. You stand up now if you want to.
I'll do a whole bloody works. I'm not putting my cloak back on yet. You'll have to catch that later.
If I have lost a lot, you might even be asking if I have gone insane.
And when I arrived, these lovely folk singers were singing. I could see people in steampunk gear. There was little craft stalls, all kinds of handmade things for sale. And I noticed a lady sitting knitting. And I said to her, do you mind if I sit down and get my knitting out? Sit down next to you. And she said, no. I got a cup of tea and yeah, did a bit of knitting. And so Carrie, if you're watching this, I don't suppose she will be, but it was lovely to chat to you. And don't forget, you're very welcome at our knitting at Bacco Lounge anytime, any Wednesday, anytime after 5. I know you said things are a bit difficult for you, but it was lovely to meet you. I also met there a really wonderful stitcher, artist, definitely an artist. Here's me having a little chat with her. So this is the lovely Bethany at Blue Copus, and I've been naughty. I might have had an ups moment and bought a chart and a little pin badge. I'll show you them in the daylight tomorrow because the light is fading. But this is Bethany's wonderful store with all this fabulous, really fine needlework. It's just beautiful. I will link everything in the description box for you. So yeah, I've had a real naughty ups moment and bought myself something, and I should be buying Christmas presents. But what was it you just said, Bethany?
To be in the right frame of mind to buy presents, you must buy things for yourself first.
Wonderful wise words, thank you. So again, Bethany, it was lovely to chat to you, and for you folks that weren't with me, I did have a little bit of an oops moment because it was rude not to. So I bought 2 patterns from her. Her site's called Blue Copus, in case I didn't say already. I've got this little pattern for a scissor fob. I just fell in love with this little squirrel and his little bushy tail. And it's not very big, but she gives you loads of information in here. There's lots of different charts. I have to say, as embroidery charts go, they weren't the cheapest, but you can see that there is so much detail in here. And it's printed on really nice, probably 200 GSM card, 180, 200 GSM card, and like me, she's chosen to use DMC threads. I asked her how you do the tail, and it's a modified pom-pom, so that'll be interesting. So it says, tucked under the bramble thicket, the bushy-tailed squirrel has found juicy, fat blackberry, one of the last of the season. This mischievous little squirrel decorates your favourite pair of scissors and helps prevent them sliding between sofa cushions, which is very useful. Add a weight to the inside to help stop the scissors landing on their points if dropped. The bramble thicket scissor fob uses cross-stitch, couching, French knots, padded satin stitch. I I've not done that. And back stitches with a clever pom-pom tail. Construction and all stitches are explained with clear diagrams and step-by-step instructions. And it doesn't include the materials. She didn't have any kits, and I don't know why, whether she sold them or whether she doesn't do kits. I don't know. Let's have a little look and see what it calls for in terms of even weave or whatever. 32 count cream linen. Yeah. Which I might have some of in my stash. So I could start that, and I can have a look and see what threads I've got. Oh, so yes, I'm quite excited about that. But this was part of a series. And if we hadn't been in the Cosy Lives, and if I hadn't been trying to save my pennies for Christmas, I would have gone mad and had everything in the series. So there was a little fabric pouch that was embroidered on the front and the back, and then there was like printed fabric inside, and they were like, it was like a concertina wallet. It was amazing, and again with these blackberry sprig pattern on, and then there was a scissor keeper as well in that set. So I think those are things to aspire to in the future. And I've got her website on here, so I can get in touch with her. I think there'll be contact details on the website. Oh, I've got a postcard as well. And then I thought this was lovely. You know that I love anything to do with bees. So we've got this beehive pin drum. So I want to get into some fabric making this year, and you can see that beautiful tree, which is mostly done in cross stitch, and then there are French knots on it. And again, a really detailed chart. So you've got your cross stitch chart, and then you've got another chart with the placement of the French knots, and everything is just really clearly explained. So those are going to go in my little to-do list. And then finally, her name is Bethany, as I said. So I've got her web, Instagram and Facebook. I'll put everything in the description box anyway. But her business cards, these lovely postcards. So I've got that. And then I could not resist this fish. How stinking cute is that? And that's like a little pin cushion. That is so cute. And I can see some of these like on my shelving that you can't see, but you know, my black shelving, I can see some of those things on there just to change up the display. But that little fish is so stinking cute. And then I had a little purchase. She hadn't got anything with sheep on, and you know that I love sheep. So I am going to be looking out for that in the future. But I've got this. I thought for Christmas this was so sweet. It's a tiny, tiny little deer. So that is that. Now my battery has just come up with a low battery, so I'm going to charge it and I'll be back in a bit. I've got no idea if this will make any sense. It's a little while later now, probably, it's nearly 3 hours later. Yes, I might have said this already, and apologies if I have, but my daughter made a surprise visit yesterday, and she stayed overnight, and she's just currently starting to decorate our Christmas tree. So things are starting to get a little bit Christmassy around here. It's exciting. I'm going to wrap this up really, really quickly. But just to say, it was fabulous to meet Bethany, and I will definitely be looking at stuff from her again. Now, it's day 10 of the Sherry Iris Yarn Advent. We have a little parcel today. Oh my word. Oh my, that is so cute. It's a walnut shell, and it's like a little pin cushion. How clever is that for using walnut shells? I presume it's walnut. It's too big to be a peach or anything like that, isn't it? That is brilliant. It's really cute. The yarn. I'm excited for the yarn. I was going to give you a catch up of all my stitching today, but just time was running away with me and the light is so bad. I'm hoping it's going to be a better day tomorrow. I will definitely catch up with the stitching tomorrow. I've done a bit of knitting already while I was waiting for my phone to charge. So here is the story. Let's hope I can read it all right today. So it says, Cyril knocked on the door of Harvest Burrow and tapped his foot impatiently. He was often in a hurry of some kind, and today had lots of errands to run for both Arthur and Edmund. He was flustered and telling everybody how many jobs he had been given to do, but in truth he was as proud as Punch of the responsibility given to him. But first he had a small delivery to make to a dear friend. Mavis came to the entrance of her burrow, humming a little tune. "Delivery," Cyril said, and put a handful of acorn shells into Mavis's arms. "Oh, thank you, Cyril." She hugged him. He looked down at his feet shyly, then swished his tail and scurried off, very pleased with himself. Back inside the burrow, Mavis put the acorn cups on the little table and continued filling the walnut shells with folded tea towels. How Mavis loved to be organised and tidy. She looked across at the acorn cups that made perfect bowls for her family. She carried on humming and tidying her little kitchen, ready for Christmas. It is starting to be a bit Christmassy here, and I really apologise for the light. It's raining, it's horrible. Yes. Then the little quote from A Christmas Carol today is, after tea they had some music, for they were a musical family and knew what they were about. Right, let's have a look. Pop you back in there. Now this looks as if it's been kind of hand dyed a little bit. It's kind of got a little bit of bleaching on it. We'll keep all the little bits of story safe. And rip and tear. That's my Frankie Howard face. I'm supposed to be being grown up on this channel. No wonder people are not watching, because I'm stupid, aren't I? But this is really nice. Look, that's really lovely. Reminds me of Blue Tits, that kind of deep blue. That is gorgeous, really, really gorgeous. Now, the last thing of the day, before I love you and leave you, is our pattern of the day. I will leave it in the description box, the link. It is another free pattern, and I've actually printed this one off. It's called Mini Christmas Stockings, and it's by Little Cotton Rabbits. If you don't know Little Cotton Rabbits, her name's Julie. She was very prolific in pattern design at one point, but looking at her Ravelry page, she seems to have tailed off a bit. She's done lots of little bears and bunnies and other little animals like deer and foxes, and dresses them up in the most beautiful, cute clothes. But this is actually a free pattern, and you just need 4 ply in a main colour and a contrast colour. So you could be using your advents for this, and how cute would this be made into a little garland to hang over your mantelpiece, or little ornaments that you could put on your tree. So I'm now going to go and help my daughter finish decorating our tree, and perhaps I'll put some footage in of it for tomorrow. Please remember to like, share and subscribe, and come back tomorrow. Thanks so much, everybody. Bye now.